Okay, so I am having to redo my entire weekly vlog. I put up my clips like every day into my computer, and they all seemed fine. Once I put them to edit, all of them came out black and white. I cannot change the color, and it's not even a pretty like black and white. It's like gray, green. It doesn't look right. So I really wanted to go over what I read this week. Because I did read 2 arcs and I did really like them. And they're the first arcs I've ever read. So the first book I read this week was When the Ice Breaks by Sienna Gray. I don't have a book cover for it. It doesn't have a cover yet, but it's supposed to come out in September. But man, that book was really good. I gave it 4 stars. I think she has it as a dark romance because it had a lot of trigger warnings, and it had all the phone numbers for all the hotlines too, and I did really appreciate that because that's not very common in books. So I did really appreciate that. I myself wouldn't consider it a dark romance with what is in the book, but I think she considers it a dark romance. It needs to be more explicitly detailed with more physical abuse and things like that for it to be considered dark romance. In this book, it's a girl, and oh, wow. Why am I blanking on her name? I have it written down in my journal. Let's go through it. So, oh, Evie. Duh. Evie is just out of rehab. She was there for a year, and she's going to college. She doesn't know that the college she's going to, her ex is there, and he is a hockey player, and she is a figure skater. So, that's also how they met, is because he walked into an ice rink and she was skating and he was going to have hockey practice. And they were in high school and they've been together for a long time. But then when she went to rehab, she just like dropped him like a bag of chips. Just boop, nope, not doing this. So they are really mean to each other the first 40% of the book. 50% something happens and they start talking again, but not like dating wise. It's like, oh, remember when this happened? But she doesn't like living in the past. Her past is nuts. It is nuts. It's chaos. I mean, when I'm like, okay, they fixed a problem, and then all of a sudden all this other crap went down. I was like, oh my God, why can't this girl and this guy just catch a break? She has a bully. I despise her, cannot stand the bully. His dad, his name is Lucas. His dad, absolutely horrible. Cannot stand him. And they have like little things they have to deal with, and she keeps wanting to take pills and everything, and it's just them trying to get through school, get through ice skating, get through hockey. There's actually, I thought there'd be more character growth, but there wasn't. Like, to me, there wasn't a lot. I don't know if everybody else would think there was, but I did actually really appreciate the book, and I'm really excited for when it does come out, because I mean, it comes out in, I think, September was when it said, and I really want to see what the cover is going to be like, and I might have to buy this book myself. Then I read Red Fox by Karina Hale. It's the second book in the Experiment in Terror series, and this one had a lot more of Perry and Dex, and like being together, because like in the first one they met in the first one. So in the second one, they're still not together, but they're pretending to be married, because for this thing, like the people, like the house they're staying at, they're very Christian, so you have to be married. So they're pretending to be married. They're in Red Fox, Arizona, somewhere in Arizona. And there's a lot of like Native American representation. It was really good. There was a lot of shit that happened. This girl was attacked multiple times. And I was like, dude, what is going on? Like, in the last one, yeah, she was attacked maybe once, but this one, it was like every time she turned around, she was being attacked. I was just like, oh my God, how is this girl gonna tell her parents what happened without telling them what happened? Because they don't believe in any of this. And they make fun of her, kind of. And it's like, I don't know what they're going to do. I gave this one 4 stars. And I really want Dex to break up with his girlfriend, Jennifer. And I liked how in this one, he forgot his medication for his being bipolar. And he was so much more like normal. And you could tell at the end, he was like, I'm so glad I can feel my emotions like way better. Please tell me you don't go back in your meds. That's what I was thinking. But then I read The Benson, which is a little novella after Red Fox. And The Benson, it was only 39 pages. And it's them going to the Benson Motel in Oregon. And it's right after Red Fox. And he's back on his meds. And she can tell immediately, like, he's back on them. You can tell a difference. And it was short. It was sweet. I really liked it. And I like how in Red Fox, she really wants to help, like, the people that are having the ghost problem and not just leaving and, like, stirring up shit. And in the Benson one, they actually end up helping a ghost pretty much move on and prove that he did not unalive himself. He was unalived by others. You know what I mean? So that was really good. And I like how he actually gave her a camera and she got locked in a room and everything happened when she was alone and she had that camera. So she got everything on film. So I did really like that. Then I read my second arc, and this one, oh my God, I loved this one so much. I mean, I made like a full like spread and everything. So it's Blackthorn by Emily Eve. I gave it 4.75 stars. I loved this book so much. It was so good. It just didn't give me 5-star feels, but it was like so close. It was on the edge of being one of my all-time favorite books. And I know because it's supposed to come out April 14th, I think, at Barnes & Noble. I'm going to be buying that book. 100% need to go buy it. But I love this book, and I was so excited that when I posted about it, Emily Eve actually liked my post on Threads. She commented on it, and she shared it on her own Threads when I was starting the book and when I finished it. And I was just like, oh my gosh, she's taking the time out of her day to comment and to like what I'm saying. And I just started doing this and I started fangirling. I was so excited. So this is following Bonnie, and it's kind of like Viking time in a way. It's just there's a lot of fighting, there's swords, there's no guns, like it's that type of era. And it's a romantasy. It's so hard to talk about this book and not spoil it because I really want to spoil, but I know I shouldn't because I want everybody to read this book. Like, I highly recommend. There's like no spice in this book at all. So it is very, very good. I did really, really like it. Because there's Bonnie and Frederick, and Bonnie is an assassin, and she doesn't remember anything since before she was 8 years old. And she is being tasked by the rebellion, the Amlucian, I don't know how to say that right, that she works for. They're trying to put information in somebody's room, which is Frederick's room, and that he's trying to work for them to get information, all this stuff. And he wakes up, he sees her in there, and he ends up going with her, and they start working together. And wow, there's a lot of action, there's a lot of fighting. I did really like that. I was laughing. There are comments made that are just hilarious. And I love how strong she is as a person. Bonnie, I loved her. I loved Bonnie to no end. So I do highly, highly, highly recommend reading this book. And lastly, I have been reading Redeemed, which is the last book of the House of Night series. I really do want to finish this. I finished last night at like page 135 of 310. I do want to finish it. I want to be done with the series. What this video really was finishing series and reading 2 arcs. So I want to finish this one. And I think the next series I'm going to tackle is the Villains trilogy by Serena. What's her name? Oh man, it's going to drive me crazy. There it is. Serena Valentino. I think there's 3 out, and I think there's 1 that is going to be released soon. I do want to finish those, but I'm going to be buying those because they're almost the same price on Kindle. And if I buy them and sell them on Pango, I at least make some money back. So that's what I'm going to do. But I'm hoping to finish this book today, and I'm going to start a little like weekend vlog with me reading this and maybe a few Kindle books. I'm hoping I can read a few Kindle books this weekend. But yeah, this is the last book of House of Night. It's about Zoe, and she's not boy crazy. She's with one guy finally, and that, I think that's what's bothering me, is that they're young and she's so boy crazy, and this is not a why choose. And in this situation, I don't even know how she could really do a why choose. And back then, when I got out of high school, why choose was not really a thing. So she can't choose who she wants to be with, and that is like the most annoying thing ever of all time. It drives me absolutely insane. But the main character, like the villain, oh my god, I can't stand her, and I don't like getting her point of views, and I really want to skip them, but I know there's got to be something important in them, and I read them. I'm dragging my feet. I really just want to finish this, and I don't think I'm going to read any more from PC Cast or Kristen Cast. I don't think I will. It just seems like it's not my writing style anymore. It was when I was in high school or outside of high school, but it's not anymore. So once I'm done with this, I'm going to be putting it up on my Pango. So yeah, so that's the end of my vlog. I know it's only me just sitting here, but my entire video, I had to scrap the entire thing. So I hope you had a great day. I hope you enjoyed this little weekly vlog that I did in a span of, I think, 15 minutes. I hope you have a great day, and I hope to see you in the next one. I hope you like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.